Okay, so Act 9 is going to start out with Fatal Contraption. And we're going to see Trouble brewing once again with his machine. I think the SF actually stands for Super Finagler, but again, don't quote me on that. I'm just kind of going by what I remember reading in places before. But he's going to stay underneath you and shoot those little red orbs that actually do quite a bit of damage, so it's definitely worth avoiding. And you want to grab the hammerhead here in order to make your life easier as you open the way up for you. Obviously, if you get crushed, then you will die, so you don't want that to happen. Those little brown guys are really, really annoying. You get a bonus point for destroying them, so just make your way on up through here, jump up, and make sure to avoid the spikes. You've seen sections like this in games before, and of course I got hit there, which slowed me up a little bit, but we're still fine. Just go in the middle there, and then we're going to have some spikes coming in on us from above. With some point bonuses scattered throughout. This part, really, I don't find that difficult, so just make sure you're watching out for Trouble Brewing underneath. It's very easy to just completely ignore him and then get hit by his shots, so just make sure you are watching out for him at least. Alright, so it's one more 500 point bonus. You don't get anything for getting them all, but I like to anyway. And of course I got hit there as I was playing around. Alright, now here you want to get the hammer just about as late as possible if you want to get a secret bonus point here. Obviously, you know, you don't need the bonus point, so it's worth not risking, but I did it anyway. Then you want to hit these guys up. If you want, you can take the mini head and go over to the right. You'll get 2 lives for it, which is actually not a bum deal, so. Then here, if we break the rest of these blocks, you'll get a bonus point for destroying all of those blocks in the level. So, there you go. Alright, and now as we make it to the top, we're going to get some automatic scenes taking over here. Trouble Bruin is going to jump up here and aim at us, and we're going to run around like a crazy person to avoid it. And eventually, what's this? Ah, holy crap. Yep, the thing's gonna start going crazy. He doesn't have control over it anymore, so let's run back and forth like a crazy person and hope we don't get hit. Even Trouble Brewin hops out and starts jumping around, so this is gonna start up really the final ascent to the final boss, so that's pretty cool. This is Far Trek. Now here, right off the bat, make sure you grab this yellow recovery jelly bean there. It's very easy to miss that in the background, like with all the stuff going on. You really, really need the health. This part is quite difficult. You're going to have to avoid the lasers that the Super Finagler is shooting out, all the while not necessarily avoiding Trouble Brewin, because all he'll do is just kind of hang on you and keep you from moving very fast. Which can kind of help in certain circumstances, but in circumstances like that, it's really annoying. So, thankfully, the laser doesn't seem to do that much damage, so you can get hit a few times without really worrying about it too much. But keep in mind that the health you end up with at the end of this section is the health you're going to fight the final boss with, so it's definitely worth at least trying to avoid. Now here, I just like to go to the right because, you know, you're moving relative to it, so it probably won't hit you. There, I probably should have shook him off faster. If he does grab onto you, you can just shoot, I think it's 4 times, and that'll let him let go of you. Whoa, that was close. And also, it's really annoying because there are things coming by in the foreground that can really skew your view. So, it's one of those cases where a lot of things going on makes it hard to see what's actually happening. Alright, so let's make our way up here again. And this time, yeah, as you can see, Trouble Brewin has stopped, so he's not going to try to grab us anymore. So now all that we have to do is really avoid that thing's shots, which I still messed up doing. If you can manage to time it out just right, you can actually get him to shoot over you the entire time. But like right here, if you just keep jumping, then he'll just shoot straight to the right and not hit you. So that's probably the way you want to do this if possible. Alright, so now we have, I think that's slightly less than max health going into the final boss, but hopefully we'll still be okay, I don't know. Because this boss can be a pain if you don't know what's going on, but once you learn the pattern, it's actually not too bad. So yeah, this is Dark Demon. Heather's gonna try to attack, but, you know, he just kind of flings her aside. Alright, so we had to do a little editing there because I died after getting pretty far into the fight, but we're now back at full health, so we should be fine here. So basically the key to this, as you can see, I paused the game. You want to look at the color orb that he has. Right now it's orange, so you want to grab the mini head because he's going to cause this wall to appear at the top with various little alcoves for you to stand in. If you have the mini head, you can stand in any of them. If you don't, then you can only stand in the one that's 2 blocks tall, so that makes it really hard to avoid. I would definitely recommend the mini head for that one. Okay, and now next up we have Pink. He likes to do this one a lot. I like to get the sort of shooter head. I don't really know what else to call this. That really gives you the best chance at hitting them all, you know, without taking too many hits. If you take one, it's not too bad because they don't do that much damage. So, okay, and this time he's got the orange again, so let's grab the mini. And wait for the alcoves to stop and move over to him. That can be a little bit tricky. There are actually a lot of situations where you can just get screwed over and, like, there's not a single alcove near you, but thankfully that hasn't happened in the last 2 times. And this time, okay, blue. So, okay, we're going to keep Mini, actually, and stay right over here underneath him. That'll let you avoid this whole thing. Otherwise, you could get the super head that lets you jump higher in order to get over those orbs that he shoots out, but Mini is really the best one to get. The problem with that is you might not always get it there. Okay, blue again, so let's still keep it. And by the way, this music is awesome. I haven't commented on it yet, but it's definitely one of my favorite tracks in the game. Okay, next up is green. We're going to grab the hammerhead for this one. He's going to cause a bunch of things to come out of the floor. What I like to do is stand in one place and just shoot the one that comes underneath you. Those things do a lot of damage. And also, you probably don't care at this point, but if you're feeling adventurous, you can hit all those green things to get a bonus point. So I would definitely not recommend that. Alright, now it's flashing, so you have to get the mini head to avoid this one. And you really want to, because that big beam will take off about half your health or so. So you definitely want to avoid that. So now let's see, we got pink, and we don't have the all-shooter weapon, so we're going to have to go with the pig one. That's really the best option here, because that'll let you just take care of all these guys without having to worry about them. Oh, that one actually got kind of close. Okay, so next up we have orange again, so let's grab the mini head. See, I don't remember how much I'm actually going to keep in of me talking about this fight, but once you sort of learn the patterns and what each of the orbs signify, you can actually get through this battle without too much trouble. It's just learning and memorizing those patterns that can actually be somewhat difficult to do. Alright, so blue this time, we're going to keep mini. And we might have actually seen all of his attacks now. I think we have. We have the wall, the one with the enemies, the blue one we just saw, the things coming out from underneath, and the big beam. So I do think that's all of them. Alright, so pink again with the pig head this time. It's a lot better when it's the ones that just jump out because they're so easy to avoid. Alright, now this guy's actually getting pretty far down there. You can see his health up there is starting to turn red, so we're doing good. Alright, green, so hammer. That's also nice when you get hammer because he lets you do twice as much damage to him. That's an example of how you would go about hitting all those if you want the bonus point, but again, I'm not going to try for it. Alright, let's see, pink this time, so pig it is. I don't know, I don't think it's supposed to be a pig, but it sure looks like one to me. Whoa, okay, I didn't realize that one was still left. Okay, he's flashing. Just a couple more hits and we're good. Alright, pink. Got the all-shooter this time. Alright, hey, that went pretty well. Alright, so one more hit. This time I don't care what attack he's going to do because I'm going to take him out. And see ya. I actually got the right power, too. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Alright, so Dark Demon is destroyed. The little smiley face pendant he was wearing drops and is happy to see Heather. And she's apparently happy to see us. Now the role is reversed. She's the one who's clinging to us. Awesome. So there we go. That is going to beat the game. And now we're going to have a long credit sequence to sit through. I mean incredibly long, but first we can take a look at the ending demo and see how things turned out here in Puppet Town, or whatever it's called. So yeah, they're all returned back down here and everyone's all happy and jumping around. And here we are with all our buddies. Wave goodbye to Heather as she goes back into wherever that place was back there. now I guess we're getting off stage a little bit there. We got the got the construction workers doing their job, rebuilding the place and everything. So I guess puppets and people alike have now joined together in order to ensure the safe destiny of this land, or something like that anyway. This is also a pretty cool credit song. I think it fits pretty well. It's like even the credit music is good with this game. It really has sort of a relaxing feel. Like I really feel like my adventure is over now, you know. But yeah, I did mention this was a rather long sequence, so we haven't even started the credits yet. Basically, what it's going to do is go through the cast list where it lists literally every character that we saw throughout the entire game. And then it's going to go through the staff credits, so we're going to be here a little while. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but we do want to stick around because there is actually the matter of the, secret bonus numbers that we picked up that we're going to be able to do something with afterwards. So, as grueling as it may be, we're going to have to sit here through this. Or at least I will. I guess nothing's stopping you from fast-forwarding or whatever, but... Alright, so there's Trouble Bruin's head on top of the castle there. I don't know, I guess he took it over or something? I have no idea, but... And here we are with the curtain call. These are the townsfolk. It's going to start from literally the very beginning, including the little pillars that come down. They have names too. That's what I'm talking about with how long this is going to be. Oh, that's a big spike, in case you didn't know. And the robot. Yeah, we're still in that first little introduction scene. There's been, what, like 5 now? And then the Yellow Baron. Of course, a play off the Red Baron. But... And then just the random characters that we did absolutely nothing with. If you can't tell by this point, it's gonna take forever. So I don't even know what we're gonna do, but I guess I'll think of something. So yeah, there's those guys. These guys do kind of have some interesting names, like Old McGee and Mule McGee. Whoa, yeah, there's the little dragon boss thing. That guy was actually optional, because you could take the small path underneath him. And these guys are very creatively named Flying Soldiers. We got the guys, well, I guess this is Act 3, so we are moving around a little bit anyway. Oh wow, that's Act 4 even. Yeah, the tumble sets, the guys that rolled around when you hit the thing. I don't know. Oh, Mons Meg. Okay, well, I was a little way off, but at least I had the Mon part right, so I don't know. I have no idea where I got that name from, but... Yeah, there's the super tank machine. And then the little guys in Jeeps. Oh, Funky Jeep Man. Oh yeah, awesome. That's a creative name. And those, we didn't see too many of those, but I think they were in Act 4. Yeah, I think anyway. But they were on the little wheels that were like going around in the foreground and background. And there's Armadillo. You know, it's like, how many plays off the word armadillo have we seen in games where there's like some sort of rolling circular creature that's armored, you know? I'm thinking of the armored armadillo in Donkey Kong 64 right now, but there's the sky battleship, so we're moving along a little bit anyway. There's the cows from Heady's Wonderland, and Mackenzie and Mac-Kinsey. I don't know what the difference is between the two. I think they were like mirrored of each other or something, but there's the Missile Man. Oh yeah, and those guys, what are those things called? Moloch, yeah, those are probably the worst things in this game. Caused me one of my deaths. There's Taro, is that boss's name. Yeah, and the, oh, the Venus Heady trap. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, and these are all the things from the vice versa level. Oarsman, nice. Oh yeah, and Sparky, that was that boss's name. I like that. He does shoot out sparks, so I guess it's appropriate. Oh! Alright, so we're getting near the end. These are the things that are at the end. Julian is that thing's name. I don't know where they're coming up with these. It looks like now we're going to start getting into some of the bigger bosses. That's the Puppeteer and Gentleman Jim. Gave me a little bit of trouble anyway. And, of course, Mad Dog. Probably the easiest, well, definitely the easiest Keymaster. I mean, it was the first, but... And, yeah, Wooden Dresser. Well, at least I was right about that name. I've missed most of the other ones so far, but got that one. And there's Spinderella. Of course, we were introduced to her. It seems like, you know, Spinderella is obviously a playoff of Cinderella, so you'd think it's a female, but it's a machine, so... And then Babyface and Boyface and Manface. But it's just called Babyface, so, yeah, whatever. Nope. Yep, and there's the Gatekeeper. That's what that thing's called. Because we had to deposit the keys in it, so, you know, I guess that makes sense. And then Nasty Gatekeeper, the actual boss version of it. Which was really annoying, as I'm sure you remember. And then, of course, Twin Freaks. Now, yeah, I think, yeah, each of the different faces have a name. There's Beanhead and Moneyhead. I'm not sure which one's which. You'd think Moneyhead would be the green one, because, you know, money's green, but there's Dark Demon with his smiley face pendant. And, of course, Trouble Brewing. Whoa, look at him go. Alright, we should be near the end. I think we're getting to all of his different forms now. Floating platform. Or, no, platform. Did you see that? Huh. I wonder if that was a misspelling or if it's actually made that way. There's the Rocket Grappler. And the Flying Scythe. Well, I guess that kind of looks like a scythe. I don't know. And then his shoot-'em-up variation, Wheeler Dealer. Oh, yeah. Hey, it was the Super Finagler. Alright, I thought I was just making that up off the top of my head, because there's no way that sounded right to me, but, well, there it is. There's proof. It really is Super Finagler. Okay, I think we should be getting done with the cast list anyway. Now we're going to move on to the main characters. But keep in mind, after this, we still have to go through staff credits. I'm telling you, it's agonizingly long, especially if you want to get to that bonus at the end. So, yeah, there's Heather. And Smiley, yeah, that's the name of the pendant. The backstory behind that, I think, is it's supposed to be worn by, like, the best puppet or something like that. I don't know. It's a little bit ambiguous, I think, but I'm not exactly too studied up on that. But there's Headdy, if you didn't figure it out by this point. Okay, we've now reached the end of the cast list. So it is time to start the credits. And it gets this really, you know, relaxing, calm music, which works really well, by the way. It reminds me a lot of the Rystar credits. You know, at the beginning it has the really upbeat part where, like, the little Rystars are dancing on the top and bottom, and then after that it just cuts out to a view of the universe and has this, you know, somber music to it. Reminds me a lot of that, because it is sort of the same, like, blue shade and everything, but... Okay, so we're now scrolling on through the staff credits, and I ran out of things to say about 10 minutes ago, so... don't really know, but I guess we can talk a little bit about the game. As I'm sure you've come to see throughout the entirety of this thing, Dynamite Headdy really is a unique and creative game. And I think actually there was a review I read for it somewhere that said something like, the game has more creativity in its opening demo than other games have in their entirety, you know? So, and really, I do have to agree. I mean, you don't see things like this too often, and especially, you know, for its time. It was really ahead of itself, and it used a lot of 3D elements, things with the background and the foreground and things like that, so... it's very unique, and it is very, very well made. I have so much respect for Treasure as a developer. I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but they did also make Gunstar Heroes, so another great game that they've done. It is definitely quite difficult, though, especially near the end. I mean, I've played through this game probably more times than I can count, and I still die at you know, at some places, like the little Moloch guys in that one stage, and at Twin Freaks I got crushed, so... and I did die once at the final boss. I was just a little careless, because as you can see the second time through, it's really not that difficult, but... you know, we did get a long way into that fight, so I just went ahead and cut it out, because there's no real point in showing the entire battle twice, really. Oh yes, and the music. The music to this game is incredible. It's done so well. It seems like there is a lot of stuff going on in the music, and it seems like a lot of times when the music is sort of complicated and has like multiple layers to it, it's just kind of, you know, noise that like assaults your ears or something. But really, in every single place, the music it wasn't overbearing, but it was still well done and made you notice it, you know. So the music is definitely another great aspect of this game. So that is pretty cool. Okay, special thanks. We've got to be getting near the end, right? I always say that. I think I even said that like in the very first playthrough of mine when I was playing Rystar. It's like, okay, we're at the special thanks. We've got to be getting near the end. So there's some interpreters. Is that the end? No. In America. Oh, that was just the Japanese credits? Really? Oh, man. I'd forgotten how long these were, because I usually don't bother sitting through all of them, you know? Alright, well, I guess this is the American team that worked on this game. Well, no, there's a last name for you. Shimkowiak or something, I don't know. This is a really long stage, by the way. It's been panning to the right for a long time now. We gotta be getting near the end of it, right? Yeah, that credit music is really good, though. Like, I can't get over it. I'm actually, you know, somewhat entranced by it. I was just sitting there for a while just watching, you know, I couldn't really think of anything to say, and it was relaxing, and I was just kind of dozing off a little bit, but... Alright, well, I guess my my special thanks prediction was quite wrong, in fact, because we were nowhere near the end. Oh yeah, this is an awesome part of the music, too. Hey, look, thank you for playing. You are very welcome. But I would have appreciated slightly smaller credits. Now, it's still not even technically over yet, because it's going to tell us, of course, developed by Treasure, but then it's going to give us a little recap of the scores that we got through each of the worlds, including like how many of the secret bonus points we got and everything, so... yep. Published by Sega in 1994. Alright, so here's where it's going to tally up our points. It's literally going to say almost the exact same things that it did at the end of each stage, except I think it doesn't tell you like the time bonus or anything, but we got one of the secret points, and it has to wait for the first one to scroll completely off screen before you can start the next one. So, just a little bit longer, I promise. We're almost at the end. This is almost harder than playing the game itself. Oh, look at that. 8 out of 8 secret points. Wow. That was the one with the tutorials, I think. Well, yeah, it was stage 2, so... 1 out of 4, oops. But again, the secret points really don't count for anything, it's just a matter of, I guess, if you care about score. Which really, who does anymore? I mean, that's kind of an outdated thing. By this point, like, nobody cares about, you know, what score they got in this game. They just care that they played it and have fun and beat it. And they got the bonus thing at the end, of course, if you decided to go for that. Let's see, how do we do on stage 5? 2 out of 3. Alright, just a few more here. 1 out of 3. Again, is this not the longest stage ever in the background there? I mean, jeez. Ooh, look at that. 3 out of 3 on stage 7. That was the one that had the... Was that the one that had the Gatekeeper? I think it was. I usually don't get the Bino bonus point, because it's just kind of luck whether or not he actually pulls him out from the side or not. So there's stage 8 now. I think stage 9 was the final one. Two out of 4, yeah. Because I missed the bonus point with Dark Demon, and then there was actually one in the auto-scrolling stage that I missed. Not the one with the laser, but the one where you had to go up. So, there's the total secret points, 24 out of 39. Guess that isn't too bad. Final points. Look at that. Awesome. 387,500. Press start. Don't mind if I do. I'm ready to get these credits over with. So now we're actually finally going to get ready to see what the big bonus was at the end. Because it's going to tell us here that we got 4 out of 4 secret digits. So, that's good. We got all those. Congratulations. And... yes, I know. Congratulations. I did good. Let me go. Okay, so now here is where we're going to get the chance to use what we picked up. We're going to get a chance to input the secret number. And if you don't remember by this point, which I really wouldn't blame you because it's been a long time, our secret code was 2590. It opens, and now we can access the bonus, which really isn't much, but it is a fun little thing, and I would be remiss if I didn't show it. We're going to have to fight a boss battle, but the cool thing about this is you don't have like lives or anything, so it doesn't really matter how many times you die, which you might a few times because this is actually pretty difficult. I think 3 hits from the money and you die, so you really need to focus on trying to avoid these as much as possible. Once you can get one of the guys out of the way, it becomes a lot easier. So let's avoid that. Come on. That one's got to be about gone. Okay, there he goes. See, and he distracted me and I got hit. And look how much health that took off. Like I said, I'm pretty sure 3 hits from that and you're gone, so keep that in mind for sure. Now, once you take out these 2 guys, it's actually pretty easy from there on out. So, whoop, take him out. Come on, man. How many hits do you take? Okay, there he goes. Now, let's avoid this one more time. Phew, that was kind of close. Alright, and now we can kind of take a little breather if we want, because we are going to fight the big guy back there. Whenever you hit him, he's going to cost some money to fly out at you. What you want to do is just run from like left to right or right to left, and you'll pretty much automatically avoid it. So that's what we want to do. It might take a little while because you're going to have to spend a lot of time in between hitting him, but if you keep up this pattern, eventually it'll be alright. And like I said, you do have like an unlimited number of lives here, so if you do mess up and die a few times, it's fine, because it'll just put you right back here. You don't instantly lose or anything. Alright, so let's just keep doing this. Like I said, this part is actually pretty easy. It's not too bad. Right, so let's hit him again. And this is also completely random, by the way. It has nothing to do with the game. I would venture to say I think this is like Treasure's way of, you know, fighting back against like the money-grubbing executives or something like that. I don't know. That would be my take on it, but it's fun anyway, so. Alright, we should be about done here. Just a few more hits will do it, I'd say. Alright, yeah, there we go. He throws up his arms in pain. We can hit him one more time, knock out half his teeth, and he's done for. So there we go. That kind of gets us a little alternate ending to the game, I guess, because the end pops up, so that's always good. But anyway, that's all there was for the bonus. Yeah, we went through all that work and sat through all those credits just for that, but oh well, it's fine. It's a fun little optional boss that, I don't know, I guess a lot of people have probably seen it, because the bonus games really aren't that difficult, but anyway, that's going to do it for Dynamite Headdy. There's literally nothing left that I can do with it here, so... It's a fun little game if you haven't played it before. I would advise you check it out. It can get frustrating with how difficult it is later on, but if you stick through it and, you know, just practice at it a little bit, then you'll find it is actually a pretty fun game. And as I said at the beginning, I would argue it's definitely one of the best games on the Sega Genesis, so you won't regret it if you decide to pick it up, I promise. I think it is actually available for download on the Wii Virtual Console also, and it's been in a lot of collections, like for the PS2, they put out a lot of Sega collections. It's been in some of those as well, so you can find it if you really want it. But anyway, that's going to do it for Dynamite Headdy. It has been a fun experience. I love this game so much, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.